Welcome to the 39th session of Ergonomics for Beginners Industrial Design Perspective. So, among 10th module, the current module is module number 9, Performance Support and Design Intervention. In this module, total 5 classes are there. Class number 35, Occupational Safety and Stress at Workplace in view to reduce the potential fatigue, errors, discomforts and unsafe acts. Class 36, Workstation Design and Relevances. Class number 37, Furniture Support. Class number 38, the last class, Vertical Arm Reaches and Design Application Possibilities with workstation development in a craft sector was discussed. And the 39th session is today, the humanizing design, design and human compatibility, comfort and adaptability aspects. Here, that is the today's session, the 39th session. Humanizing design, design and human compatibility, comfort and adaptability aspects, where we are going to look into design intervention strategy, how we are making the strategy for development, whether it will be a small product, a system approach, who will be implementing this for sustainability of the total development, whether the responsibility lies on the users itself or the providers or manufacturers or the law enforcement. So, that type of strategy we will see here with a few examples. This topic we are going to discuss under this heading, that ergonomic design intervention strategy for work tools development. Reference: women agro-based workers in Northeast India. Within this, we will be discussing two specific aspects, that is the tree plucking and fruit processing industrial requirements. This presentation emphasizes the ergonomic design intervention towards context relevant work tool design development. The key words of this discussion goes with application of ergonomics is context specific, women agro-based workers, Northeast India a context, ergonomics design strategy means to be looked into, and participative and sustainability issues. With these key aspects, we are going to discuss the strategy requirement for design development, specifically for hand tools or work tools. But the question arises on a development attempt, like there are two types of development attempts is possible. Number one is that make and give. If they find good in the users, they will use it. Means make the product, give them, put in market or give them to work, to use it. The second one is that take them in confidence, the users, develop through participation what they need according to their need. Solutions thus arrived will have a sustainable effect. For a design development, it can be initiated a series of program on appropriate ergonomics design intervention for occupational and production well-being. Why we require to develop a work tool? So that workers can perform the task well without any physical discomfort or any health problem, but the aim is to increase the productivity. So, the design development should be or should aim at production as well as occupational well-being, health well-being, health safety well-being. Now, to make it sustainable, the issue comes with these two, what we discussed, make and give or take users in confidence. It can be said that when force is applied from outside to an egg, it kills a life. When the force comes from within, it creates. After hatching, when with the inner force, the egg breaks, a life is created and it remains. But when an egg is broken from outside force, it kills a life. Can this approach be a synonym for sustainability? Then always make the product, give them for using, it may not be sustainable. Who will continue this supply? If they can develop their own, they can modify their own, they can reuse the product the way people can feel, it gives the longevity of that product, it will sustain. Now, see what can be done. The context is that a large portion of women workforce of northeast region of India is engaged in a range of upcoming agro-based, mostly private small scale units of food processing, as well as being engaged in tea leaf plucking in corporate sectors of tea industries. Tea leaf plucking under the corporate sector and the fruit processing involvement is in private small scale units mostly. Appropriate strategy for work tool development has become a crucial issue in occupational wellness and productivity. How to handle it? In both the sectors, the activities involve numerous combinations of arm and finger movements, and their use varies with the skill, experience and degree of fatigue of the worker. The left hand top figure says that a typical tea leaf plucking, that is the apex part of the tea leaf, a tea branch, tea shoot, ideally 2 leaves and a bud to be plucked using nails or fingers, and this is the pineapple and the ginger. These 3 are we are going to discuss. For improved productivity and occupational well-being, work tool development was found essential to attempt. A typical tea garden, the women workers mostly they work with the lens and inside the garden here and pluck the leaves. The problem is that if they stand here, they have to stretch their arm. The problem comes ergonomic risks of any work is that posture, For that they have to bend always to pluck the tea leaves, always bending posture, carrying a load at the back, because after plucking they normally store like this way. So, the load at the back, it is hanged either from a strip from the head, forehead or the shoulder. The posture, the force in that position when they lean forward to reach the max, the end part of a tree bush, the stretching and then the plucking like this. Always they do not pluck the two leaf and a bud, that system, they pluck some bigger leaves also, that they require some force to snatch it like this way. And frequency. Frequency, normally it is seen that if it is not possible to tear in a single movement, they sometimes they make multiple movements like this, and sometimes it is seen that like barbers use that scissors while cutting hair, like they make some false movements, they also make some false movements while selecting the leaves to pluck, some false movements are also there. So, here what is happened, the total effect is that posture, force application and the frequency. If we can reduce the total thing, how it can be? After study, it is found that if we can have easier way to pluck without any problem, it then the time to bend will be reduced, stretching time will be reduced, false movement may be reduced. Thinking this, an attempt was made for developing a thimble type of special cutter device, so that it eases to pluck. Now, I am going to discuss the process of development and what it goes behind this thought. Here the typical garden is shown, where the workers are going for working. Now, they are carrying baskets using the umbrella, but the thing is that when working they cannot use umbrella. So, the direct sun and other environmental effect is there. Sometimes people use this type of small plant made jhapis. This is the working. So, now here you can say that the stretching to reach the end part of the a bush. So, this is a bush. In this case, tea leaf hand plucking, where work method and use of work accessories are decided by the corporate decision with large scale implication. Any development here, either process or any specific equipment to be used for this tea leaf harvesting, it depends on the corporate decision. What type of products can be developed? The thing is that either when it is a labor intensive task, when the more tea leaves are there, but the supply of people are not that much, a problem comes how to harvest, and there many systems people try to develop, which mechanized system of harvesting. Maybe, so the concept perhaps it has come from that after a certain period or a season, the tea bushes needs to be polished, to be shaped. So, using a sickle type of device, they cut the upper part of the tea bush. So that in next session a new good tea leaf and branches or shoots can come up. Varieties of mechanized system also developed for harvesting, but all the developments are found not suitable to work in this type of gardens, because it does not have a single surface. So, a development trial was made if a shear type of device can be developed. In some other places, countries, it was introduced, and seeing that for first harvesting a shear device was developed with relevant ergonomic considerations by National Institute of Design at Ahmedabad. Now, what was developed? Now, here we can see that this is a box type of thing, where this is a flap. So, this is two scissors. So, it has a two blade. With this blade, one is that a flap, and here is the main basket. So, when it cuts, if the tea leaves are here, if it cuts, after cutting it, the cut tea leaves falls inside the basket. So, this is the case, and then the length, breadth, angle, and etc. it was all developed, and holding easiness with ergonomics, handles, requirement, criteria, etc. it was made, and it was made in such an angle, so that while cutting it, while holding it, the palm should not touch or should not get rubbed with the hard shoots here after plucking. Then if they cut like this way, then whatever the leaves collected here, it cannot be placed over the shoulder to the basket. So, a special basket was developed here, that is sack and with a ring here, with a ring to keep this face open, so that instead of putting like this, they can cut it like this way, and they can simply download here, cutting like this, and they can download like this way. This is the system was developed, but it was not found usable or used in northeast region. Why? Work tool design for quality and quantity production, that is necessary. Harvesting quality tea leaf, hand plucking is preferred and practiced still today. Mechanization is a constant search for development. In this case, the shear harvesting does not match quantity tea leaves harvesting and quality, only match with the quantity, but quality harvesting is not there. So, the development strategy was taken to make a thimble type of device. This device can be put on a finger with a cutting ridge here, so that with this sticks shoots, it can be simply put, and with less pressure and with this cutting edge, it can be easily plucked. This development was done. This strategy was taken. Now, let us shift to the fruit processing industries, what type of development they may require. Fruit processing sectors employ as and whenever need based women workforce, but in tea it is a regular employment kind of thing. Among 4 thrust crops in northeast, specifically in Assam, orange, cashew nuts, pineapple and ginger in northeastern agro-horticulture belt has promising industrial feasibility in Assam. So, the pineapple and ginger, these two items were selected for study. fruit processing work environment, it looks like this, where women and men also work as and whenever they require, and they engage in varieties of tasks. Here I am just showing one pineapple processing matter. In pineapple and pickle processing, two issues have come to fore. One, mechanization or semi mechanization, which one is necessary. Number two is that working hand tool development strategy, employee participation is necessary, because when the pineapple season is there, it is a very short lived season. When the production is more, immediately you require more people to work on that. After that season go, then all that much workforce is not necessary. So, some of them they get engaged with some other fruit materials like ginger and etcetera. So, a specific product development, hand tool development may not be used for all type of activities, but in tea industry, if when we develop a small product that is a plucking device, it can be used throughout too. So, here we can say that when the pineapple comes, it is like this way, then it is trimmed and then it goes to the people, they first peel it, after peeling they make it slice and then the core inside that hard matter they remove it and then it goes to tin for processing or for packaging, and then it goes to the end users. Now, the process is that peeling, slicing, coring and packaging. There are two different types of system, two systems. First system, the process is that first make the slices and peel it. After that, first make the slices and then peel it with knife. After that, make core, which is this type of device, make the core like this. This is also another of peeling, is taking out the center one, and after that a small coring device is like this way, with that pressure the force the center part can be removed, and this is then it can be used, it can be stored. Another item, another system is that first peel the whole pineapple and then slice it, and after slicing make the coring. So, these type of knives are mostly used, and then the coring and the slicing and the other peeling special device after slicing are like this. Concern comes, what type of device hand tool can be developed. When in a field, after harvesting, when the pineapple requires to send to industry or to maybe city side or somewhere else market, at that time the front top bush area and the bottom that strong stick area, it can be removed, or maybe some kind of peeling is possible, slicing is also possible and can be transported. So, for that a special type of development is necessary for a field requirement. Another requirement is that for the industry, large machinery type of investment is necessary there, and for the small vendors like juice shops and etcetera, there another type of product is necessary and tools. When the end user at a home, we buy raw pineapple from market and bring it to home, at that time only 1 or 2 pineapple to prepare it, another type of product is necessary. then requirement is same for home use, for small business use, industrial use and field requirement directly. But what a single product cannot be developed to match all the requirements. Some studies were done. There what we found, today's available machines do not give the desired aesthetic and organic essence effect on the final produce. Like there are some machines have been developed, but it was found that if this is a pineapple, then when the machine just core it, then they make it a cylindrical type of piece, where this much area it becomes wastage. So, more wastage, artificial look, because pineapple is a cylindrical, but it is oval type. But if we make a cylindrical, then it has a mechanical look. So, it becomes artificial, less appealing and capital intensive, because some losses are there. So, we require the pineapple, if it is like this way pineapple, like this. So, first cut these two parts and then just peel only sides, so that the whole it will be original shape, it retains. But for that, what tool is available, and after that packaging one also. So, in this less wastage and appealing shape is there. So, what would be the tool development for this? R&D in pineapple process trials were made. The above brief confirms specific need for study in fruit processing and packaging industries, specifically for pineapple industry in rural setting, in reference to factors prevalent in northeast. A hand tool was developed like this. Here what happens, when you pull or push this one increases in different size, it matches with the total shape of the pineapple. So, this concept of a pineapple peeler was developed by mechanical engineering department at IIT Guwahati. Now, it is a semi mechanized version was made here at ergonomics laboratory of design of department IIT Guwahati. That concept of a pineapple peeler and corer was developed by ergonomics laboratory design department IIT Guwahati like this. Here what happens, a platform is given here, a machine like this way, where the cut pieces of pineapple will be placed here and then just pressed through that. With that it first it will peel with a rotating motion and then slice, and at the same time this portion will make a core. So, together that portion will come and then finally, it will be stored on this side, and the juice if it is there, it will be collected through a pipe. This type of development, but still it is in a premature development stage, the concept. Now, its field trial is necessary. Now, with all these things, so finally, we can say what is the observation. Observation is that problem of unavailability of sound peeling and coring tools are there. Suitable equipment to upgrade the peeling process may be designed to suit the capacity of small scale industries at this moment. It was found that during lean period of pineapple, women workers are engaged in various tasks of varieties of fruit processing activities. No throughout the year same task is there. It was opined by both the workers and management that awareness workshop on good work practice would suit better in this case. Now, work equipment development, productivity. Now, here we are showing some other pickle making processes like here. In this case, we can just one example we can say, in this area a group of women in that same pineapple industry where we have studied was working or the peeling the pineapple, sorry, this ginger skins. Normally they use a small plate type of knife with a handle. Most normally some broken hacksaw or some blade are used with a special handle. They make it with some cloth cover or something like that, and they use it. Now, one day just as it goes like this, when we visited there, this lady, she was using, we found a bamboo piece, a bamboo split with that. Then we inquired why it is like that. Then finally, what it came that while using this knives, metal knife, the ginger with the small pods and small branches, while peeling like this way, it breaks, so loss is there. In that in that industry, a special equipment was developed. It was found that a barrel kind of thing and inside a brush, moving brush. So, the like washing machine type of thing, when all the gingers are put in and the machine was rotated, then and the water flow is from bottom is given there. So, what happens with that water and that movement, the skin removes, but here what is too much loss of material is there. So, it was not used. So, mechanization is not used in this. So, till today they are using this hand tool use. Now, when we asked her, she said that she finds good with this, no problem. Now, this gives an idea or an impression that whether a ginger and etcetera is a organic system. So, another organic tool blade can be used. So, then it will be easier to peel, rubbing kind of thing, not chopping off as it does with the metal blades. It may possible. And now, this bamboo pieces, it is plenty available. So, bamboo pieces can be used, and after that it also can be sharpened and can again be used to like that. So, whether we can think in this line, it cannot be confirmed that yes, this is the development procedure, it cannot be confirmed, but it gives a thought whether this type of development we call it a sustainable development. So, that this work tool development, these workers they can make themselves, they can repair themselves, and if there is a loss or break, not much cost affects. So, with this we can say that workers frequently shift in this field, workers frequently shift to different activities and they manage work tools of their own with available local resources. Work tools are not supplied like these tools and etc. So, in this case the participatory approach brings the people in confidence to choose development measures that is sustainable within their capability and resource limits. Whereas, in contrast, the tea leaf pluckers are engaged in a single task job throughout the year, and the work schedule and work equipment is decided and supplied to them based on the corporate decision, where the workers do not have any individual control. With workers' feedback on development issues, management proactive involvement is necessary. So, it is better to organize awareness workshops with both the workers and the management group together to have a good sustainable strategy. Implementation of single variety work tool development that supports a crucial component in tea leaf plucking for what they are engaged with full time employment, and through a corporate decision, a single design with its number of users makes a good effect. With the above basic requirement understanding, a series of projects may be initiated. Exploring the design development possibilities for upgradation and revival of traditional practices by the justifiable use of new technologies, generating employment and contemporary and sustainability in design intervention relevances are required, and we need to consider this for a sustainable development. So, what we learnt from this discussion today? Design ergonomics criteria and principles are necessary. That is the what is the human behavior, how they operate, how they work, etc. Context specific application towards meeting the requirement, creative ideation, confirming trust. So, with this we are concluding this 9th module, performance support and design intervention. Next, the last session or the last module of this ergonomics for beginners industrial design perspective, that is the module number 10, that is design ergonomics in India, scope for exploration, that we will discuss in next day. So, with this today this much. Thank you.